Hey guys, it's me Tilly, and in today's video I will tell you about the current state of Vindictus as honest as I possibly can. And there will also be some announcements for the channels as well, so there's pretty much something for everybody in this video. First up, do I think Vindictus is worth playing in 2022? Yes, its combat is still unmatched, and it will bring you a lot of joy for the time that you spend on it. But you didn't come to this video to hear me talk about the same boring topics I've been talking about for the past 2 years, did you? Let's get real. Nexon gives absolutely zero fucks about the game. And let me explain. The sad reality about Vindictus is that it has been in some kind of hibernation state for almost 5 years now. But do you play an MMO because it's the same game for 5 years? Or do you play it because it changes, it evolves, it lets you have fun in various different ways over the years? The way Vindictus is currently handled is that every update is either a new raid to farm or a new character to play. So instead of farming boss A 11 times per day, you now farm boss B 11 times per day. Or maybe you farm the same boss, but now with a different character, if you really want to forfeit all of the progress on your main character, since you can't simply send over gear to another character, you would have to start over. The last actual new piece of content that we got is called Magmal Arena. It was released 13 months ago in the January of 2021. And yes, Nexon really released a PvP game mode into a game that is exclusively played for its PvE. There are like 5 people actually enjoying the PvP in Vindictus, but even those play more PvE than PvP. PvP is just like a sidekick for them as well, even though there's only 5 of them actually enjoying it. And beyond this latest game mode being PvP, which is already a terrible idea, they also do not let you play your own character. Again, the sole reason why you would even want to play Vindictus. You play some sort of budget MOBA, where you have control over a boss with 2 different abilities. There's no minions, there's no objective, you just brawl. People hate it that much that nobody plays it anymore. There are people trading wins to basically trade seals and thus get the rewards of the activity still, but it's such a toxic thing to exist because it's so bad that most of the community doesn't even want to interact with it. Yet it still gives pretty much the best guaranteed rewards in the game, so you kind of have to. It's terrible. You want another example? Sure. The month before they released Magmal Arena, there was another new piece of content, the Revenant Tower. Think of it like the Abyss game mode in Genshin Impact, but its progress is monthly instead of bi-weekly. Experienced players clear it on day 1, and then don't get to interact with this piece of the game for another 4 weeks. Well, Nexon did kind of think about this maybe being an issue prior to releasing it, thus there is a challenge game mode for people to do after completing the monthly version, which then could be done 7 times per week. But there is absolutely no reason for it. The rewards are terrible. And in all of its lifespan, now 14 months, Nexon didn't even think about changing the game mode, increasing the rewards, giving players another incentive to do it. They just released it, it's bad, people don't like it, and then they're just like, oh, we tried, we'll just leave it like it is. For the past 6 months or even more, I didn't check every single month, but there's a leaderboard for the challenge game mode, only ever 2 players even bothered to finish it, because they were that bored because there's nothing else to do. And what I just said is more of, like, not a pinpoint saying how the Revenant Tower is bad. It's more of an example of something Nexon likes to do. They create something, but then they don't maintain it. They just push out more new stuff on top of it. And I don't know, sorry. There's just so many awesome things in the game. They could improve on them. and make the overall experience in the game better, but they just dumb out more new raids. New raid. Instead of like fixing what's already in the game but is obviously broken. If they took off one cycle, if instead of the next raid, they just looked at the current game, looked what of the current mechanics, current pieces of content could be improved on or could be fixed, they would have less work because they didn't have to come up with like new story, new boss, new era, new everything. They would just have to like rearrange things. It would be less work for them, but it would be bigger. It would be more helpful for the overall health of the game. But they also have this sort of behavior outside of the game. 9 months ago, I called them out for managing their community poorly and not listening to feedback. They did respond rather fast to that and open up feedback channels on the official Discord, which until today they still did not reply to, breaking their promise, which they gave to do. But it gets worse. I called them out for a second time for actually what I just said, and again they had a public response to it rather soon after I did the video. And they told us how they would be hiring a few people from within the community as community managers to basically help them handle everything that they previously promised and were not able to stand true to. 4 months after this announcement, there's still not a single news about it. They just start one thing and then never probably finish it. They just release something and then forget about it and don't maintain it. They just push out new things. Let's talk about the current state again of Vindictus, really. Sorry. The early game of Vindictus is terrible. That's just a fact. That's why every review you see from bigger content creators like MMO Byte, Lazy Peon, or lately in December Just Strive Haze, they're mostly negative. Because they can't be bothered to play until the late game. They only play for like a few hours and then think they are able to judge the entire game. So most of the players don't even get to the fun part. Because imagine someone who's being paid to review the game can't make it to max level. Why would someone that just wants to play it for fun play until max level if they are not enjoying it? Which they obviously don't. The leveling of Vindictus is terrible. But they don't even get to the fun part. Most of them quit before level 100, and level 100 at this point is not even the max level anymore. If you get through the story, if you finish leveling your character, then there's this awesome time waiting for you in the game where you can gear up your character, unlock new raids and activities, and just have all of these very reachable and achievable milestones. And after you're done with all of that, which will take you roughly 1 month, you feel like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. It's just the same things all over again, every single day. No change. It gets super just frustrating because after having reached those achievable milestones, the next milestones you will chase after are just like so out of this world crazy. And they don't even get you anywhere. They just let you deal more damage to the content that you already are doing, making it so all of the new content Nexon comes up with, as I said, the only content they come up with are new raids, they're killed within like 2 minutes. So it's just so sad. Like, that's another thing where they come up with new content, as I said, the only content they do are new raids, but then there's this meta where they want you to kill this latest raid like 20 times per day, 2 minutes per run, instead of like making it actually challenging and like interesting for late game players. Late game players, for the past 2 years, every single new raid they released, I didn't care about it because it was just like yet another day at the office. It didn't feel exciting on release day, it didn't feel challenging, I didn't feel anything. It legit was just another skin of what I was doing before. Nexon. Last year I said, and I even went back to check the video to make sure I get these words right. I'm on your side, I want you to succeed. Today I say, shame on you for lying to your community. Not staying true to your promises and letting Vindictus die right before your very own eyes. Shame on you. As a final conclusion, Vindictus, the game, is really fun and you should play it if you have never played it before. It is an experience you shouldn't miss as someone being into action-based combat. It's just too bad that Nexon is in charge of it, meaning that it will never reach its true potential. And you should not start playing it hoping for it to become your new long-term main game, but rather if you're looking to kill some time until another game releases that you are waiting for, or maybe to take a break from your current game, but after a few months, Vindy's magic sadly fades away and you will just not enjoy it as much anymore. And trust me when I say, it will not get better. I've been in this for 4 years now, and ever since, it's on a downwards trend. Now, after I cleared my mind of all of that, let me tell you guys about my plans for the near future. I'm done with Vindictus. I'm done believing in Nexon. They did a really good job, I have to admit, in holding me hostage. Giving me the feeling of, hey, we will try to make it better, just stay with us. Just to do anything in their power to let me down yet again, which, in the end, made me feel even worse than before. Most of you probably know that I will play Lost Ark on release. I've said that a bunch in my streams. For all of you who are exclusively watching the YouTubes, here you go. And this is also the future for my channel. I will stream it and I will create content and, videos over here on YouTube on Lost Ark. Making it my new main project, basically. Does that mean I will leave Vindictus forever? Very hard to say right now, since Vindictus, again the game, is very close to my heart still. And I don't know if I can just cut all ties and like let loose from one moment to another. I will probably creep back into it every now and then. I may play it off stream if I really miss it, but for now, I just need some distance. Thank you guys so I keep saying merry. Thank you guys so much, I guess, for watching the video. I hope to see as many of you as possible in my Lost Ark videos or streams. Hey, I'm not picky. But for now, stay happy. Bye.